Dear students, how are you? I think you are well. Today we will know something about modifiers. Do you know what is the necessity of modifiers? Or what is modifier? Actually, what is the purpose of a modifier? We will know this. Dear students, sometimes you are annoyed, especially because students of second year, HSC second year, you are now prepared for your HSC exam, and this time such classes sometimes seem to be unnecessary to you, but I think only achieving good marks or only scoring good marks in the exam is not all. You have to know something. Always try to know something more and more. So when a class goes on, you have to be attentive to this. Okay, dear students. So again, we are learning about modifiers. So what is a modifier? Do you remember what is a modifier? Modifier, you know, a word or phrase or clause which modifies or qualifies another word or phrase or clause is a modifier. That is actually a word which modifies another word or a phrase or any clause. That is a modifier. Why should we use modifiers? What is the necessity? So let us see a sentence and determine why should we use modifiers. We should keep pace with the world. This is the sentence, dear students. We should keep pace with the world. So you know you have to adapt with the situation, and you are to be prepared for the struggles and for the required struggles that is before you. You have to face everything. Now another sentence, if we say we should keep pace with the changing world. Dear students, notice this sentence. We should keep pace with the changing world. So what is the difference? Difference is a word that is changing. Changing world. So which sentence is better? Certainly the next sentence, second sentence is better. And another thing, if I use another word before changing, so I can say in this way, ever-changing world. We should keep pace with the ever-changing world. So you find something better. This is a better sentence. Why? Why is it better? Better because you are giving more information. World, we are to keep pace with the world. What type of world? Changing world. And how much changing? Ever changing. That is, it changes always. Always our world changes. Situation changes. So when I am speaking in such a way, we should keep pace with the ever-changing world. My speech is more informative and more beautiful. And now you know ever and changing. There are two words and these two words are modifying world. That is why they are called modifiers. And ever changing, this phrase is beautifying the very word world. In this way, we use modifiers. And another sentence may be mentioned. Suppose you are a student. You are a student. This is fact, you are a student. But when I say you are a student of Rajshahi College. You are a student of Rajshahi College. So, what is your identity? Identity is that you are a student. But when I say you are a student of Rajshahi College, or when anybody says you are a student of Rajshahi College, this is more specific and this is more informative. So, modifiers are necessary. Modifiers are very, very necessary to give more information and to and to have more beauty in your sentence. It makes your sentences, your speeches beautiful. So, dear students, now we see the position of modifiers. Position. What is the position actually of a modifier? And because of their position, they are named in two ways. Firstly, pre-modifier. When any modifier takes its place before any word, that may be noun, that may be verb or adjective or any word, it is called pre-modifier. My first example, we are to keep pace with the ever-changing world. Ever-changing world. There, ever-changing is used before world. That is why this is a pre-modifier. And when we use any modifier after any word, that is called post-modifier. So, you are a student of Rajshahi College. So, of Rajshahi College, this is a prepositional phrase. And this prepositional phrase is modifying the very word student. So, this of Rajshahi College is post-modifier. Also, there is a modifier before student, that is a. You are a student. So, how many students is here? Only one, single, a student. That is also a modifier, and this is a pre-modifier. So, in a sentence, there may be pre-modifier and post-modifier at the same time. And at the same time, a word may have a pre-modifier and a post-modifier. Now, let us see who modifies. Which words modify another words or another phrase? We should see. Firstly comes adjective. You know adjective. What is an adjective? The word which modifies or qualifies a noun is called an adjective. So, you know beautiful, tall. In this way, certain words are called adjective. You know this. I don't want to describe this in detail. Another thing is noun. Sometimes a noun may modify another noun. It should be explained, I think. Noun modifying a noun. So, how? You know about our education board. So, Rajshahi Education Board. The phrase is education board. Education board. So you find two words, education, board. I am not writing here a sentence, rather a phrase. And in this phrase, you notice board. Board. Which board? Education board. So education is a noun, and this noun is modifying board. In this way, a noun may modify another noun. If I say you need a handbag, you need a handbag. So what do you see? Bag. You need a bag. This is the main thing, you need a bag. And what type of bag? Handbag. So what type of word is hand? Certainly noun. Noun. This is a noun. So this noun is modifying another noun. In this way, you can say that hand is a noun adjective. Noun adjective. That is, it is actually working as a adjective, although it is a noun. So handbag, this is noun adjective or simply noun, but this is a modifier here. What type of modifier? Pre-modifier, because it has taken its position before the modified word. Okay. So in this way, there are numerous noun modifiers, and you can find all these: gold, leaf, education, board, handbag. In this way, you will find so many noun adjectives. Now possessives. Possessives are used before any noun, especially before any noun you find certain possessive, your, my. In this way, you use modifiers. I want to know your identity. I want to know your identity. Dear students, here I want your identity. I want to say this. Here your has come from you. This is the possessive form of pronoun you. You know, objective form is you, subjective form of you is you, and possessive form is your. So your identity. I want to know your identity. So a possessive has been used to modify a word, a noun, identity. In this way, possessive may be used: his, her, my, our. All these are possessives. Now adverbs. Adverbs may be modifiers. You know, usually verb, modifier of verbs are called adverb. Adverbs. So how they modify, you know, it may be a time or place, or it may express the manner how the work is performed. In this way, so many words may be used as adverb. You should go there tomorrow. You should go there tomorrow. So there are two words after verb go. Should go, that is verb. Where should you go? You should go there. You should go to college. You should go to Kamalapur station. In this way, there may be so many words indicating the verb. where the verb is performed. You should go there. And another is, when will you go? You will go tomorrow, or you will go on Monday or on Sunday. In this way, there may be time. You should, this is indicating time, this is indicating place. Another is any word may be indicator of manner, how the work is performed. You should go there first. You should do the job first or swiftly or quickly, maybe. This is a matter of manner, that is how the work is performed. How? Slowly, quickly, well done, ill done. Okay. In this way, there may be so many words modifying a verb. And what type of modifier is first here? This modifier is post modifier, because it has come after the verb. But another thing is, the word is not just beside our verb do. Do is here, but after do I have written the job. The job is object. This is not modifier. But first is modifier. So only juxtaposition or taking place side by side is not the criteria in case of verb. In case of verb, the modifier may be far away from the main word. Here you see do, and the modifier is here first. In this way, another pre-modifier may be used far from the word do. Then, if you speak in this way, then you should go. Then you should do the work first. Then you should do the job first. If I use then here, you see, then is the modifier of do, because it is indicating time. It is indicating time. So, what is the position of a modifier of a verb? When it modifies, it may not be always beside the verb. Rather, it may stay far away from the verb. So, dear students, this is adverb, and sometimes we say the modifiers of adjectives are also called adverb. In this sense, he is very brilliant. He is very brilliant. This very is important, but it is usually nowadays used as an intensifier. It is called intensifier. When any word modifies any adjective, it is called intensifier. However, present participle may be the modifier. Present participle. What is the problem? Present participle. Skin problem. You know how present participle is formed. When we add ing after any base form of verb, this is called present participle, and if they work as verb, that is verb, present participle verb, sometimes they may modify any noun. You know birds, B-I-R-D-S, birds. Certainly you see birds every day, but sometimes while walking or while you see the sky, you see some flying birds. Fly, that is flying. Fly is the base form. Now flying is the present participle form. So today you have seen a flying bird. or I have seen some flying birds. In this way, running train, reading table, they are just present participle. Present participle, only present participle that is used as a modifier. Sometimes we use post modifiers with the use of present participle, and that time usually we use a present participle phrase. We modify not only with a single word, but with the phrase, that is, there is present participle and other words related to present participle. Okay, let us see the difference. A drowning man catches at a straw. The man drowning into water. Okay, we may say in two ways. A drowning man catches at a straw. Here drowning is present participle and present participle modifying noun man, man. A drowning man, what type of man? Drowning man. Now I can say in this way, a man drowning into water catches at a straw. A man drowning. So there are two other words, drowning into water. Okay. Usually when we use post modifiers, they are in the form of phrases. Phrases. Okay. A man drowning into water catches at a straw. So this is a post modifier and this is called present participle phrase. Why phrase? Because there is not only present participle but also related words into water. Understand? In this way, past participle may be used as modifiers of nouns. You know certain words, past participle of certain verbs. Tired. We usually use the word tired. We usually say I am tired. I am tired. That is, tired is adjective. And if I say you are a tired man, so tired is a past participle. He is an educated person. Educated person. He is an educated person. So here educated is a past participle and at the same time it is modifying the word person. What type of person? Educated person. That is, he has completed his education and he has taken education, received education. He is an educated person. So past participle may be used as pre-modifier. In this way, past participle phrase may be used as post modifiers. Okay, I am giving an example. The building constructed the building constructed 50 years ago, 50 years ago collapsed. Collapsed last year or this year. Okay. You see the building is the main word, building. Who is building? Building constructed 50 years ago. That means the building was constructed 50 years ago. So next we find verb collapsed. So what is the modifier here? Modifier is constructed 50 years ago. This is past participle phrase. This is a post modifier here. Post modifier of what? Building. Okay. In this way, we always use prepositional phrases as post modifiers. I have already given the example. You are a student of Rajshahi College. So, of Rajshahi College, for your betterment, with my help. In this way, we can use so many prepositional phrases as post modifier. Appositive. Appositive. What is appositive? You know, noun in apposition or use of apposition, you know, they are just the word or words which provide more information about a person or about a thing. If I want to find you in your home, I can search for you and I can ask people, and I can find certain information about you. So always names cannot do. We want certain other things because we find so many people in the same name or in same position. That is why we want to have more information about him or her. Suppose Sheikh Hasina, our respected Prime Minister of Bangladesh or Premier of Bangladesh, recently visited Rajshahi. If I want to say this, how can I write? I can say or I can write Sheikh Hasina, and now I will show her identity. What is the identity? Prime Minister of Bangladesh. This is the identity of Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina, Prime Minister of Bangladesh. You can also use with the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Usually the is omitted here. Sheikh Hasina, Prime Minister of Bangladesh, has recently visited United States of America. I can rather use the USA, that is with few words, with the recently visited the USA, United States of America. So you find an apposition. What is the apposition? Prime Minister of Bangladesh. This is the apposition or appositive. Okay, in this way You can also use this when the word is an object. It may be also object, it may be a subject, that is no matter. We can use this with a comma. Comma is important. You see here is a comma, and after the appositive we have also another comma. Okay. In this way we can give more information about a person or personality. Intensifier, then intensifier, you know, certain words can intensify our expression that is feeling, good feeling or bad feeling, or it can also show the quantity. Okay, he is good, you can say he is good. Okay, this is quite normal, he is good. But when you say he is very good or he is so good, this is intensifying. He is so good. So is intensifier. He is very good. Very is intensifier. In this way, extremely, exclusively. In this way, you can use certain words to intensify any adjective. Actually, they are used before any adjective. Okay, dear students, next there are certain other words. You know, articles. Articles are always before a noun, you know, indefinite article or definite article, a man or the man, an object. In this way we use articles. They are also actually one type of modifiers. Possessive of a noun, I have already discussed about possessive of noun. Demonstratives, okay, demonstratives. You know about demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronoun, you can remember these, that, these, that, these, those. In this way, we can indicate a person, a particular person, this problem, this man, that man. In this way, when we use plural form, these people, those people, they are more specific and they are called demonstratives. Numerals, quantifiers. Numerals are used to indicate numbers and quantifiers are for quantity. But nowadays, the generalized name is quantifiers. Both numerals and quantifiers are indicated by a single word, that is quantifier. Okay, in both cases, when we say one, two, sometimes a, or some, or many, okay. Actually, they are numerals. Numerals. Two boys, some boys, few people, many people. In this way, we use numerals. And quantifiers, we know we want to show quantity, such as much, much, much. In case of liquid or substance, we use much. When we cannot count anything, we use much. We use also some in case of quantity. Nowadays, we give the common name is quantifier. These all are quantifiers. 1, 2, 3, some, few. They are all quantifiers. Okay. Sometimes we use every person, every man. Okay. Now, we should see certain example, dear students. When we know modifiers, we have to see actually in sentences, and this is in the form of a question. You see, there is an exercise and you should see this and we should take the decision whether we have known or not. So, if we find any trouble, we can see this lecture again. Now, let us see whether we can do, whether we can answer to this question. So, the question is here, you see, read the following text and use modifiers as directed in the blank spaces. Once upon a time, a dash, that is there will be a modifier and it is indicated, and in the same way you will have indication in your question paper. Use an adjective to pre-modify the noun. So, you should use here an adjective to pre-modify a noun. What is the noun? Fox. Once upon a time, a fox. What type of fox? Fox was roaming in search of food. I have given you very familiar example. This story is known to you. This story is quite familiar to you, and I have done it so that you can find out the answer very easily. Once upon a time, a fox. What type of fox? Cunning fox, clever fox. Okay, so clever or cunning may be used here, and clever and cunning may be adjective and pre-modifier of this noun fox. In search of food, then I have to use here a post modifier, post modify the verb with an adverb. So, adverbial means it may be adverb with another word if necessary. So, that is actually adverb. You may call this also adverbial when it is actually in the form of a phrase. Post modify the verb with an adverbial. So, what is the verb here? The verb here was roaming, was roaming. So, fox was roaming in search of food in a forest, or in a field or somewhere. In this way, you are to write where the fox was roaming. Okay. Then another thing, he looked but could not find anything. Anything, use an infinitive phrase to post modify noun. So, here you are to use an infinitive. Infinitives sometimes post modify any noun. I have not discussed it previously. Sometimes this is a table to write anything. So, what is the purpose of this table? To write anything. In this way, we use infinitives after any noun. This is quite normal. But don't find anything. Don't find anything to eat. Okay, anything to eat. So, if you use to eat, that is infinitive, and at the same time, as it is after anything, this is post modifier. Then the next sentence, he was feeling very weak and tired due to hunger. Then next sentence, pre-modify the verb with an adverb. He saw a garden at a distance. He saw a garden. Saw is the verb. Now you are to use a pre-modifier. We can say suddenly. Suddenly he saw a garden at a distance. So suddenly is a pre-modifier here. He went there without dash. Determiner to pre-modify noun delay. Delay here is noun, delay. So he went there without delay. We can use any delay. Any is a determiner. Okay, without any delay. So next, there the fox saw dash. Use a determiner to pre-modify the noun number of grapevines laden with bunch of grapes. So there the fox saw grapevines. And now we have to use a determiner before the noun. What is the noun? Number. Number is the noun here. So a number of grapes. We know a number of means many, many. A number of grapevines laden with bunches of grapes. Dash use demonstrative to pre-modify the noun. Grapes looked quite ripe and juicy. Grapes looked quite ripe and juicy. So use a demonstrative to pre-modify the noun. What is the demonstrative we can use here? Demonstrative, that is these, that, these, those, I have told you previously. So we can use this or those grapes. Those grapes looked quite ripe and juicy. The fox looked at the grapes with longing eyes and licked dash chops. That is 6 chops. So licked, his or its, both can be used. His chops. His is possessive. The grapes were in a place too high for him. The fox tried, post-modify the verb with adverbial to reach there. The fox tried hard. Tried hard. Tried here is verb. Now I am using adverb hard. The fox tried hard. Hard is the post-modifier and this is an adverb. The fox tried hard to reach there, but he failed dash use an infinitive phrase to post-modify verb. Therefore, the sentence is but he failed. He failed, I have to use here an infinitive phrase to post-modify the verb. Failed what? Failed to reach the vines, failed to reach the grapes. In this way, we can use any infinitive here. Therefore, he walked away in despair. So this is finished. We have given you an example and at the same time I have given you the answer. There is also another example you can notice. Once there lived a dash pre-modified of a noun, woodcutter. This is also a familiar, very, very familiar story. You know the story of a fairy and the poor woodcutter. Now you are to solve the problems. Once there lived a dash woodcutter. What type of woodcutter? You know, poor woodcutter, poor woodcutter or needy woodcutter. Okay, but he was dash use a pre-modifier of the adjective honest. That is, but he was honest. Now you are to use a modifier of adjective, that is intensifier. He was very honest. Honest, that is how honest? Very honest. Intensifier or pre-modifier of adjective. He earned his livelihood by cutting wood and selling them in the market. One day, while he was cutting wood near a pond, suddenly used a possessive to pre-modify the noun X. X slipped from his hand and fell into the water and soon it sank dash. Use a prepositional phrase. However, there are two gaps here. Suddenly his acts, his is the possessive, and it is working as a modifier, pre-modifier. His axe slipped from his hand and fell into the water and soon it sank, a prepositional phrase. So sank into the water, that is prepositional phrase used as a post modifier. The woodcutter could not find any way to get back his axe. Now he sat by the side of the pond. He sat by the side of the pond dash post modify the verb with a present participle phrase. Now you are to use a present participle phrase here. Pond, what you know the you know about present participle phrase. I have already stated. He sat by the side of the pond. By the side of the pond, and it should at the same time you are to know it should modify the verb sat. So how did he sit there, or how was he sitting there? He sat by the side of the pond being gloomy. If I say being gloomy, that is being sorrowful, that will be a present participle phrase. Being is the present participle, sorrowful or sad, that is another word. In this way it will be a present participle phrase. He was thinking how he could cut wood without axe and maintain family. Here we are to use possessive with pre-modifier. This is very easy. His how he could cut wood without axe and maintain his family. His is the modifier here. Then a dash incident. What type of incident? We should determine this, pre-modify the noun. Then a wonderful incident, astonishing. If the article were an, we would use here astonishing, but here we find a, that is we will use wonderful. A wonderful or surprising or wonderful incident took place. A fairy use a prepositional phrase to modify the noun, was passing near the pond. Fairy, a fairy of the wood, a fairy of the forest. Okay, so of the wood or of the forest is the prepositional phrase and post modifier of fairy. The noun was passing near the pond. She saw the woodcutter. Dash use a present participle to post modify the noun by the pond. She saw the woodcutter sitting. Here we should use present participle. Sitting, only sitting will do. Sitting sad, sitting sorrowfully may be used when we want to use as present participle phrase. He saw the woodcutter sitting by the pond. She asked him with a sweet voice, why are you dash, or use an intensifier to pre-modify the adjective sad. So we have to count this word sad. Why are you sad? So we should use an intensifier before sad. Why are you so sad? Why are you so sad? So is the intensifier. What happened to you? In this way the story ends here and our exercise ends here. So dear students, I have tried to make you understand modifiers, use of modifiers in various ways. I think you should use more and more modifiers in your sentences while you write anything, when you write any paragraph or an essay, or when you want to deliver a speech. You should try to use more and more modifiers to make your sentences more informative and more beautiful. So we will see another day, we will meet another day with another item. Thank you very much. Keep safe and sound. Allah help us all.